What's going on, guys? It's me, Vixdon23 with Team Tower Gameplay on Summit. We do actually win this gameplay, but it isn't, I don't go absolutely huge on my team. I get, 20 something kills. We did attempt it again afterwards because I wasn't quite happy with my scoreline. I got a 31 and 10, but our team actually lost that game. So basically I tweeted out saying, would you rather see 20 and 7, I think this one was, or 31 and 10 where we lose? And everyone said, it's all about Team Random Weapons playing the objective, want to see the win. So that's the gameplay wrapped up, and I don't know if you can already tell, but I've only just woken up and my brain isn't quite running properly yet because I managed to have another lucid dream. I've made about 3 videos so far. The first one I was just talking about lucid dreaming on Hard Hat Team Tunnel gameplay. The one after that was a video where I was just talking about a lucid dream I had, and then I did a Team Tomahawk gameplay where I was talking about my second lucid dream, and this morning I had my third lucid dream. Now it's hard to tell. I couldn't tell if it was a lucid dream or just a really vivid dream. It kind of felt like it was in the middle. It was really vivid, much more realistic. I say realistic, more everything seemed more real in it than the other two lucid dreams I've had, but I didn't have as much control over it. I felt like a lot of it kind of just followed its course, and it was practically like an episode of Prison Break. It's really weird because I was watching part of a Prison Break episode earlier yesterday, and I was reading the Hunger Games book last night before I went to sleep, and the dream was kind of a mix of the two. It was like a Prison Break episode, and I was with a group of people, and it was really weird because they kept changing between person. 1 minute it was my brother I was with, then it was one of my friends, then it was somebody from the cast of Prison Break, but in the dream it was all the same person. It's a bit weird, but basically there were 4 of us running away from, I don't remember what. We were just on the run in 2 cars, and then for some reason we turned against each other. I think that was maybe a fight, I don't quite remember. And then we both, we split into 2 groups of 2, and I was with one of my cousins, and we were racing back to the safe house, and for some reason the other group were driving backwards. Not a clue why, but we were driving forward, so we got to the safe house before them, and then turned around the car, jumped out, and I was going to run in to the safe house and grab some stuff. I don't remember what. And actually, I only just remembered this now. For some strange reason, the safe house was my Minecraft house on Tekkit on my second channel, embedded into the real world on this street, which is like 5 minutes away from where I live, which is just the weirdest thing. Actually really strange when I come to think about it. So I was going to run into there and grab some stuff. Just as I got to the front door, I got a text saying they're there. I looked up the road, they're driving down towards us, so we got in the car and drove off, and I could see my brother's face, and he was like really mad. He's like, "Rah!" So I was like, oh, get away. So we drove off, and then somehow we went from being in the car to being on foot and just running down this road. And there was this guy, and he'd been stopped by, like, the police or something, and he was shouting something about a coordinate. And actually, I remember this coordinate perfectly, because I typed it into my phone in the dream to remember. It was B4, 190, and 109, and I'm actually kind of freaked out that I remember that. But he kept saying that, and I heard it, then I ran back, and he said it again. And the other 2, and I was with 2 people, and I didn't quite remember who they were, but they were at the top of this hill. And I was like, right, that's the coordinate. That's not a coincidence. We need to go there. And then he said it's on the other side of the ghetto. Well, I don't know how I remember all this stuff. Like, it's so surreal. But, so then I started running up the hill. And, like, army soldiers appeared on, like, the other side of this hill. There's a valley road at the bottom. And I'm trying to run up this hill, but I couldn't run. It was really boggy and marshy. And the people were like, run, run. And I was like, I can't do it. Got to the top of this hill, went like through this kind of school complex to the other side, where there was just all of this water spewing out of the ground, and yeah, there was this, and we were like, oh, it must be something buried under there or something, and we were trying to devise a plan of how to get it out, and I was like, oh, let's say we need to do some work on the pipes or something, which is what they said on Prison Break when they were stealing the bag of money, if you've ever watched that. But I suggested that, and then they were like, no, what, I've forgotten what someone else said, but it was so vivid, it was unreal. And then some police turned up, we heard the sirens and everything. I started running way before everyone else, and actually I remember this again, they didn't start running for ages and I was shouting them. And it was like the audio was desynced and they reacted a few seconds after me. How weird. I don't even know. And ran to the end of this garden thingy that we were in for some reason. And there was a big wooden fence at the end. And for some reason Link, who's a character from Prison Break, was there with me. And he tried to jump over the wooden fence, just jumped straight into it. Then when he got down, he moved a swing set over, so he jumped on the swing set, jumped out of this wooden pen into this like forest thing, ran away, hid behind some trees, and then loads of other random people appeared. And we were planning to do something, but I don't remember what. It was like some big thing that we were planning. It's the weirdest thing. It was some... And yeah, if you think I'm making this up on the spot, I'm really not, because I'm not a creative person. I don't have a creative mind. But this genuinely, I think this is like, how easy would it be to write a story if you just dreamed it all? But yeah, we're plotting to do something or other, and we're all sat around like a campfire in a circle. And then I get a call on my phone. It's a Skype video call from all the guys at Optic Nation. I know, it's the most random thing ever. And then they're all, basically, they're trying to sell me their apparel. Like, you want an Optic t-shirt? And it was just the most surreal thing ever. And like I say, that may have sounded just like a dream, but there were parts of it where I felt like I was in control. Not completely, you know, I was in control within the boundaries of the dream, so it was almost even more real through that. You know, I couldn't change what was going on outside myself in the dream. I was kind of going along with what happened, but I was in control while it was happening, if that makes sense. Like, when the cops came, I couldn't control the dream to the point where I was just like, right, cops disappear. I had to actually run, but I, you know, made the conscious decision to run. So that was my third lucid dream, and I'll add that the way I went into the dream is I woke up earlier than I needed to, before my alarm or anything, fell back asleep, went into the lucid dream, then woke up properly, and the way I woke up properly was my alarm started going, and I could hear it in the dream, and it was literally like a fade transition between being in the dream and being awake. Kind of the dream melted away, I opened my eyes, and then boom, I'm laid in my bed. It was surreal, seriously surreal.